time. (2024-2025) PSA World Championships presented by the Walter family. Women's final match. Nour ElSherbini of Egypt to serve. Hania El Hammamy of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
And here we go. Nour ElSherbini kicking off this women's final. I'm going to go straight in, Johnny, and ask for your prediction before you get a chance to glean any information from these first rallies.
I'm going to assume that ElSherbini is out on the attack very heavily because I just get a feeling, a sneaky suspicion perhaps, but I do feel that it's the lady in the all green who you said in the studio has just got not only the wins this year more recently, but it's also, if you go all the way back to her first big win at Black Ball was against Sherbini, 13-11 in the 5th. And I think that that's massive in this contest. She can do it 3-1.
There's Walter, the Walter family, the man responsible for this event here. John Flanagan sat next to him. We saw a very nervy start from Olivia Weaver yesterday, and she virtually didn't appear in that first game. Hammamy possibly feeling a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That's the best way to sort of counter what Sherbini's trying to do, pinching a few points early, but just increase the hitting power, give her less time.
And ElSherbini did have to dig very, very deep in that match. Can she do that again if Hammamy is able to draw the physicality out of her opponent?
2-3. Yes, Liam. 2-3.
Quick look there from El Hammamy, but good reffing from Glenn Carson. Just a quick decision, allowing us to move, move on with things just quickly from the let ball. I think that's important as well in those situations if you do get a let in that. She chopped another winner. She's definitely intent on going short early here.
Stroke to ElSherbini.
Well, that's the edginess that you spoke about, Vanessa, because we're this big stage and just under a little bit of scoreboard pressure, El Hammamy sprays that one down the middle and pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, just struggling to find her targets so far. Oh, Hammamy, that's beautiful. And we certainly saw ElSherbini looking uncomfortable, moving into that front right. It's better width. And again. clever, so clever. She was under the cosh for a lot, certainly at the start of that rally, being
Hand out.
stretched into those back corners.
6-3.
Sees one opportunity and takes it.
And we just could hear the very accentuated French accent coming through there, shouting out Nour, and that was Greg Gaultier.
She's having to go the long way around every time on that backhand side. She's not reading the hold. Oh, where did she get that one from?
Yes, yes. Towel.
Yeah, that's that counter-punching ability, not just at the front, but the back of the court. Snapping that one low. Just taking a little breather to gather themselves after a pretty ferocious start here. High pace. Sherbini's putting a lot of aggression into the hitting.
Hand out. 4-6.
Much more settled in these last few rallies. Hammamy, after a slightly nervy start.
That play, we're going to see that, Vanessa. If the rallies lengthen out, she's going to use that low backhand flick, and she does it extremely well. She takes ElSherbini right over to the right-hand wall. And we've seen her do that before, then follow up with that backhand volley winner.
Working her way back into this game.
Every time she gets there, though, she makes an error.
Hand out.
Snatching at the volley there.
7-5.
Oh, goodness. That was... After she hit two loose balls there, Vanessa, I was thinking, it's not coming back anymore.
No, that sat up perfectly for her to fade that lovely cross-court neck in. Look at this.
Good hitting, yeah, it's really good hit pressure from ElSherbini. We're seeing she's turning up the heat with her hit, with the line hitting, always holding it. El Hammamy just panicking there a little.
Just that disruption of her movement with the hold on the forehand side this time. Well, she's not getting a look in down that left-hand side so far.
Game ball.
5 game balls for ElSherbini.
that ball has just caught enough of the nick, but that is an unbelievable performance. What a start.
Brilliant start for Nour ElSherbini. Took a little while for El Hammamy to settle. Nine-minute first game, Nour ElSherbini, the number 2 seed, takes it 11-5. She leads by 1 game to love.
Well, the absolute dream start here for the 7-time world champion, chasing that elusive 8th crown, and she just came out of the blocks absolutely rushing at Hania El Hammamy. The line hitting of ElSherbini was supreme, and especially on that backhand side, she stood strong, and she was able to just use that hold enough to knock El Hammamy out of position, make her uncomfortable, and even draw a few errors out of her. Towards the end of the game, we saw ElSherbini at her absolute best, slotting balls like that to just take those last few points and do it all rather quickly in only 10 minutes.
Well, not the best start for El Hammamy, but she did start to get into it in the mid part of that first game, but she needs a huge response here now. She was really getting caught by the hold around the middle, having to go the long way round on so many occasions, and that was throwing off the movement, throwing off the accuracy. She's got to try and keep the ball away from that area, maybe go with the extremes, the low or the high. That shoulder height volley is hunting ground for ElSherbini.
15 seconds.
Lead for Nour ElSherbini in this women's final. Look at the stats there: 8 winners, 0 errors. Can't ask for more than that from a first game.
1 game to love. Love all. Stroke to ElSherbini. 1 love.
There it is. That's that confident shot. It's always a good lifter for El Hammamy.
1 all.
That's something that she's used for a long time against ElSherbini. She spotted that early on in their head-to-heads, that once she gets ElSherbini out of position, she can flick that wide cross. She's too short in that backhand area, Vanessa. I feel that she's not. Defensive work from back left has got to come deep.
Stroke to ElSherbini.
She's getting stuck around that mid area.
And out.
That's when that hold starts to come into play.
Down. 3-1.
Cheap error there. She's just looking quite unsettled. A lot of that is down to the way ElSherbini makes her opponents feel very different to Nour and Gohar. She plays at that incredible pace, but in some ways more comfortable for a player like El Hammamy.
2-3.
Less disruptive.
Well, that's the first time we've seen that. ElSherbini set it up perfectly again with the long drop, but just a little bit proppy on that shot, just pushing at it. Exactly the tonic El Hammamy needs at this stage just to get a foothold here. El Hammamy's not managed successfully to get any grind into this, which is where she's so successful against ElSherbini in the past. Oh, that's risky. I don't know why she's doing that. She's really got to focus on heavy hitting with the lines and being accurate. Winning the position on the backhand first.
Just hasn't been able to draw these rallies out, get much physicality into it either. Even if she's working hard, those tough rallies, full court rallies, will favour her in the end.
Stroke to ElSherbini.
It just feels that area there, Vanessa, that has been the key area, really. If you pick one spot in the court, it's that backhand mid area where Sherbini's just getting so much dominance. Well, rattled is an understatement now, because these 10s, this is what happened in game one.
6-3.
We could even see it in her movement. She's lost all that smoothness to her movement. She's rocking. She doesn't know where the ball's going. And once that doubt is created, throws everything off. She's found the quick winner. We've seen her doing that all week.
4-6.
Very much in the Laura Massaro playbook. She needs to put something together here. She's gone for the winner. She's staying positive with the short game.
5-6.
But at the same time, she can't afford to give away any more cheap errors.
That is classic ElSherbini. I mean, we've seen her have positions here on that forehand drop, and it's just hitting the nick. First chance, it's gone. And having that, just that extra ability to win the point outright like that, Vanessa, in these crucial moments.
She's just not giving away any errors either.
No. Hammamy doesn't look like she's sort of seeking to draw this out either. She seems to be intent on fighting fire with fire, and that is that highly risk. Yeah, it's high risk, isn't it?
Sorry, I was going to say going really wide there with the cross court, but not finding the depth. And then ElSherbini loves that angle off the side wall.
8-5.
Yeah, clever little bit of disguise there from El Hammamy.
6-8. No lead. Player review. Player review.
Feeling like ElSherbini was taking up a little bit too much space there in the middle.
On the yes lead decision. No lead decision, sorry.
I don't think she's taken any space at all. She's actually tried to go back to the middle here And the unfortunate part for El Hammamy is that ball's straightened. Will she get lucky, though? She is probably the quickest player on the women's tour around the court, but no, it hasn't helped.
Decision upheld. El Hammamy has 1 review remaining.
Again, Vanessa, it's the decision-making. She's gone short early in the rally on the backhand, and just every time, it's not working. I really feel she's got to start to just go, like, get long through that left-hand side and build the heavy lines in the cross-court game that she does so well usually when she's getting success against Sherbini.
Our first real gift that I can remember.
7-9. Stroke 2.
And another one.
8-9.
Sherbini just opening the door ever so slightly for El Hammamy.
Here, Kareem Darwish
9-4.
giving it the yellow, and that is a quick resurgence here back into the match, and hasn't had to do too much, so she must take advantage of this situation now, El Hammamy.
Yes, Len.
She's not going to
Yes,
review
side,
that because
please.
she just lost it.
9-all.
She's only got 1 left. Unbelievable kill shot there from El Sherbini. The dive from El Hammamy to no avail. No surprise that she's throwing herself at the ball at 9-all in the second game, staring at 2-love deficit now.
First time we've heard from El Sherbini. Been quiet as a mouse so far in the match.
Hand out. 10-9. Game ball. Yes.
There's a bit of a hush in the stadium, Vanessa, I feel. I think everybody's a bit shell-shocked. I don't think too many people here expected El Sherbini would just be marching to this position.
Game ball, El Sherbini for a 2-love lead. She's right in the backswing.
Review. El Hammamy.
Hammamy using her second and last review.
And I dare say it will be the last one, unless we go to a 5th, Vanessa, because that's that is as much a stroke as you'd want to see.
Really clunks her on the shoulder. Oh, on the head even. And a quick decision from the VR. The stroke confirmed, and with it,
Game 2.
the outcome of the second game.
Leads 2 games to love.
El Sherbini makes her way off court.
El Hammamy has no reviews remaining.
Well, 23 minutes of play so far. Nour ElSherbini takes that second game 11-9 and leads by 2 games to love.
So all is quiet there in the Sherbini corner because things are going unbelievably well in this World Championship final. She's came out with an attacking intent. She's controlled that backhand line beautifully. used hold at the right time, and then the ability to just put the ball in the nick and win the rally outright has been so influential in just maintaining scoreboard pressure and keeping Hania El Hammamy just a little bit unsettled and a little bit edgy, and that is what's causing those types of errors. Perfect way for ElSherbini. She wraps that second game up, leads 2-love.
Well, Hania's hand just bleeding slightly.
Play will resume
The towel on
in
after,
60
she'll be fine
seconds.
to crack on after the break.
Almost looks like she's in a trance there, Vanessa. I mean, I feel now that, you know, all of the physical reserves and the mental minerals and toughness that she has to bring this at the start of this game and draw this game out.
Well, the 2-love deficit might just release something, release a bit of tension, a bit of pressure.
Play will resume in 30 seconds. Miss Hammamy, do you need time to sort blood out? Is it okay?
Well, the ref just asking Hammamy if she needs to get the blood
Miss
injury
Hammamy
sorted
has
out.
a self-inflicted blood
Has
injury.
to actually be
She has
flowing to
5 minutes for treatment.
require treatment.
We could see it on camera.
Let's have a look at how that happened. It was from this dive. There, yeah, just scrapes her racket hand along the floor.
And this is nothing unusual for Hania El Hammamy. We've seen her have matches against Gohar where she's been bruised, bloodied, battered, all those words. I wonder whether or not this moment to reflect in this huge stage.
Well, Joey Barrington has managed to catch up with Nour ElSherbini's coach, Gregory Gauthier. So let's head down to the court.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. Got Greg here with me. Obviously, it's nervous times, but the perfect start. Tactically, what did you say to her after winning that crucial second game?
Yeah, obviously, 2-love up, you know, it's she's managing, you know, that final in a good way for now, you know, and she's staying calm. That's really important, you know, and she's staying focused, you know, hitting her target right, taking the time needed to actually execute your shots afterwards. So it's, for now, it's going to perfection. So let's see how it goes, and let's see how Hania can respond.
Brilliant. I'm going to leave you there because they're back on court.
Hopefully, you know, she can win.
Yeah, of course. Take care. Try and enjoy it. Thank you very much. Up to you guys in the comments box.
And sounding a little bit more relaxed than he's probably feeling.
ElSherbini leads 2-love.
Well, she just said it's not working. I think I was almost going to say that a bit earlier, that is not going to stay on there with the amount of sweat. I think she probably just needs to take it off and crack on.
There's absolutely no way, Vanessa, we both know as squash players, when you put that gauze tape around your finger, you can't feel the grip as you need to, and it would only take one ball going in the tin around the front of the court and she would be in a complete muddle.
Well, it's still bleeding quite a bit. You can see that coming through the plaster. Some physio strapping tape, looks like on a bandage going over the top. She's going to be even more uncomfortable. massive reset, isn't it, here, Johnny, for both players, really.
Love all. Yes, Lee. Love all.
I think the savviness of ElSherbini here is going to be to even turn the screws up with the attacks, Vanessa. Looked like it clipped out. Sherbini thought so as well. That looked like it was out to me.
Yeah, I think that's worth
Yes,
a let.
Lee.
It looked
I'm unsure.
very close to me.
Sherbini's not happy about the let either. She's
I was unsure. No replay, no review. Love all.
Some very loose balls in that rally again from El Hammamy.
Yeah, you looked at me, that forehand drive that hit the back wall.
Down. And out. 1 love.
Well, lucky to get away with that one, El Hammamy. There's a couple of balls in there that are just absolute
2
fodder
love.
for ElSherbini.
Still not, yeah, we're not convinced that El Hammamy's finding the rally sort of construction that you feel that will start to work Sherbini and make the match more physical as well. Just not seeing that. Duration is quite short, especially when you take out all the time spent with the affairs of the hand of El Hammamy.
Yes, Lee.
Just string for the let. While she sat on the floor. Just knocked off balance while she was playing the shot, hence the let.
Do we need court service, ladies?
Significant interference, you can see that.
Fortune favours the brave Vanessa, and she's getting a little bit of
3 love.
luck just when she needs it.
It's a slight drop-off as well here from ElSherbini,
Inside, please.
which we saw a little hint of at the back end of that second game, but she had enough of a lead.
And she was helped by El Hammamy with the errant shots where ElSherbini was able to get stroke situations to take the game out.
We certainly saw parts of that semi-final where there just seemed to be a big drop in energy from ElSherbini.
It's been a scrappy affair, this third game, but El Hammamy is exactly where she needs to be. 5-1 up, and this will be a really good time to just keep maintaining pressure and put some work into ElSherbini. Can you believe it?
Hand out. 2-5.
Wasn't sure she was going to get this. Never mind hit a winner.
Stroke to ElSherbini. 3-5.
Well, El Hammamy continues to go short early in the rallies, and she seems to be caught between whether or not she really plays a highly attacking shot or a slightly conservative one.
Oh, she's absolutely ripped in the three-wall boast there and absolutely nailed it.
Hand out. 6-3. Stroke to El Hammamy. 7-3. Thank you.
It's much more like it. That's the sort of confidence shot that El Hammamy needs.
8-3.
Hasn't been able to get in front on that backhand side, but a few backhand volley drops like that will definitely help her on her way.
Oh, she played that a couple of times yesterday.
9-3.
Invisible short kill.
Down.
And the error from ElSherbini.
10-3. Game ball.
7 game balls for El Hammamy to pull 1 game back.
Down. Hand out. 4-10. Game ball.
Completely convinced with El Hammamy's level so far in this match, but a big drop-off from ElSherbini in that 3rd game. El Hammamy taking full advantage. 10-minute 3rd game. Hania El Hammamy takes it 11-4. Nour ElSherbini still leading by 2 games to 1.
Well, Hania El Hammamy finally gets a game on the board here with a little bit of help from ElSherbini early in that game. There was a few sort of sloppy moments where ElSherbini just brought the ball back on herself. Hania El Hammamy also just catching a little bit of fortune with the nick perhaps, but then towards the end of the game she looked a little bit freer. We saw the backhand volley flowing in and 2 of these backhand flicks, and that one to take the game out. So she's definitely freed up a bit. Can she carry that into game 4? Still that look on her face, Vanessa. It's
Play will
not
resume
one of joy.
in 60 seconds.
No, I think she won't be happy with her own performance so far, but she's just such a fighter. Looks like they're super gluing the plaster to her finger.
She would super glue the racket to her hand if she had to win this, Vanessa.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
Well, what are we going to see here, Johnny? Response required now from ElSherbini.
15 seconds.
Let's keep that support going. Let's hear it for Nour ElSherbini and Hania El Hammamy.
ElSherbini leads 2-1. El Hammamy to serve. Love all.
She got it. She's still in it. That is the Hania El. Oh, Vanessa.
I'm not sure if she got the first one back. That one certainly wasn't coming back.
1 love.
Greg Gaultier already vocalised. I do remember James's father, Malcolm, at a British Open saying the absolute best players ever, they will hit the big shots when it counts. And this is what Sherbini's doing again today. And they won't hold back when it's tight on the scoreboard at the end of a game either.
Oh, she certainly did it there. And she certainly did it yesterday in that semi-final when it really mattered.
Oh, she's done it again. Just a mini opportunity there on the backhand side. ElSherbini slots it away, and this is a nightmare now for El Hammamy slowly. She's like getting up off the floor again.
Thank you.
Well, there was a big drop in energy from ElSherbini in that third game, but she's back up on the chariot. Yeah, that ball was quite short. She's reviewing.
ElSherbini.
It was loose, but it looked like it stayed very short. Let's have another look.
Now, ElSherbini's just, she's fallen into Hania El Hammamy. She's lost her balance a little bit there, Vanessa. That's why it's a no-let, and I feel it's the correct decision. She just sort of stumbles and moves forward. She should be going across.
Yes, Len. Decision overruled. ElSherbini has 2 reviews remaining. 3 love.
Seeing a little bit of positive sort of facial reaction there from Hania El Hammamy, but the ball goes in short, right off the serve, and there's the slip.
That just comes from scrambling, isn't it? Not knowing where that ball's going to go. Rocking on the tee.
The return of serve. Again, it was a half attempt at a short ball. It wasn't... And I don't know why she's not trying to set up things at the back of the court with pace and that... all of her physicality that she most definitely still has huge reserves in.
She needs to get a couple of points on the board pretty soon. El Hammamy. Yeah, never looks like missing.
Just... she's setting it up, first shot, putting enormous pressure on, and then has plenty of time to look at the neck there and hit it once again.
That very upright stance, isn't it? But she's so good with the racket. She almost doesn't need to get her body into the shot. Racket does all the work.
1-5.
This is better. It's got a bit more of a backcourt feel about it. And El Hammamy,
2-5.
I feel like we need to see 2 or 3 rallies consecutively where the options to the front are from good positions. They've been earned.
Yes, Len. 2-5.
She's not going to get what she got in game 3, Vanessa, where there was a bit of a run of perhaps lucky points to get ahead on the score. That's not going to happen here.
Yeah, it's a great rally from El Hammamy.
Yes.
Consistently hitting the lines. Hasn't really done that all match.
Towel break. Perhaps El Hammamy would have liked to have cracked on again, but that's... You see both feet off the ground there. Full body connection into that shot.
3-5 left.
And that's that extra bit of physicality as well. Longer rally and then still bringing just an extra bit of pace from somewhere.
And using that physicality with the counter rather than initiating so often.
Yes, Len. 3-5.
Tense times, Johnny.
It just feels like El Hammamy is walking a tightrope here, and that tightrope is based on high-level discipline. And those sort of retrievals. Oh, she had to go around her. She's...
I mean, absolutely full throttle at every single ball.
Yeah, okay, miss.
She actually fell earlier, got up, managed to get the ball back. I think they actually made contact a little bit here as well. Looks like she's hurt her ankle.
Go on, physio. Physio to court, please.
Yeah, that was the anguish, wasn't it, afterwards?
El Hammamy has
This
a
contributed, though.
self-inflicted injury. She has 3 minutes for treatment.
We're on being deemed self-inflicted, which means she has 3 minutes. Let's have another look. There she gets up, gets this ball back somehow, then has to come charging in and just makes contact with Sherbini's foot. Let's have another look.
I think it's the right foot, Vanessa, rather than the left one. The right foot that went twice. Yeah, it is. It's just that heavy landing 2 times in a row. And there was a slight twist in the second lunge where she was almost at full splits. Well, the mobility on full display, but yeah, that just hit a sore point somewhere.
Well, another little reset here. Sherbini's point. She opens up that 3-point cushion again.
Hand out, 6-3.
It's been very stop-start, Johnny, in these last 2 games.
Yeah, it's been a bit choppy just throughout. Even in the first couple of games, we saw quite a few strokes, but they were all clear strokes. It wasn't like we were...
No lead.
We're going to have a review here, but we haven't had too many situations where we've sort of been held up by the review.
The ball was quite high, that's what Sherbini's saying. It was tight. Didn't look like there was she was sort of pushing around the front there, and the ball's actually quite deep. I'm not sure if he's going to get this. He's pushing up on the right shoulder of Hammamy.
It does feel like she's chosen the wrong path from the backcourt view, and that's why it remains as a no-let.
Decision upheld. ElSherbini has 1 review remaining. Hand out, 4-6.
Doesn't matter what kind of point that El Hammamy can win. And that is just perfect length. We haven't seen that throughout the match either.
5-6.
Just the purity of the cross court fading away.
It's a great shot. Yeah, that has been lacking, you know, a few times now in this game. Just slightly better line hitting from Hammamy.
Video referee decision on...
Well, that looks similar to that previous one, that she looks like she's pushing onto the across the front, and the ball's quite far into the back.
It's never good when you see the player almost pleading to the referee, which is what she's doing, because I think she knows there's a fair chance that this is a no-let. Look at where she is. Not from that view, but from the backcourt view, it looks here. She's in Sherbini's back, and the ball's already behind the service box.
Yeah, she was covering that front, covering that short ball.
5-6.
Didn't know where that was going to go. Very fortunate there to get the let, I feel.
Well, she was able to kickstart game 3 with just a few things going away, and this is the time now to really bring her A game to this World Championship final. Sherbini's done a great job of cutting that backhand cross off the whole match. That's definitely something that her and Greg Gaultier have looked at. Again, there on the forehand, see Vanessa, she's not allowing that ball to go through so that El Hammamy can come over and get it. And there's just, that's pressure. That is massive pressure.
That ball just needed to go into the front left. Feel like anywhere, it probably would have been a winner.
Hand out, 7-5.
Plays through the interference. And this very lengthy rally goes on. The first we've really seen of its type. Certainly more suited for El Hammamy, you'd think.
Yeah, she has to keep the discipline here. Sherbini will be looking for a way for this to end.
Oh, that could be a stroke, Vanessa.
Stroke to El
It's
Hammamy.
got to be.
Player
Well, she's
review,
reviewing
El
it.
Sherbini.
It's tough to judge
On the
from
front
that
position.
angle. And she's shaping up on the forehand as well.
We haven't actually seen the back, the main camera view from the back. Here we go. Oh, that's got to be a stroke. It's a tired-looking shot from Sherbini as well, and that's the sort of rally that El Hammamy's been searching for. Finally, she gets it. Can she string
Hand out.
2 or 3 of those back to back?
6, 7.
Do you think this match, Vanessa, has this feel that if El Hammamy would sort of put her signature on the back end of the fourth, that the momentum would swing in her favour?
I mean, if she was up against any other player, Johnny, absolutely. Sherbini does not adhere to the usual patterns that we see.
Great work. That backhand line from Sherbini has been so good all match.
Video referee decision.
Has she...
Looked like there was space there.
Appeal.
Yeah, there's a lot of space. That's what I'm worried about it
El Sherbini.
for El Sherbini's sake here, because does she need to go and
God,
play
no,
that?
that's a no-let.
This would be the second decision
That's a
like
no-let.
this in this game as well, where El Sherbini has just stopped. She's not really going to the ball.
She's not made any effort here to try and go through and play. And there's a lot of space to that ball.
Huge decision, this.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
To El Sherbini.
I can't actually
And out.
believe that.
8, 6.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you're thinking that the main referee, Glenn Carson, was sending that more on the pretext that is it a let or a no let, but the discussion was otherwise. Definitely neither of us agree with that, Vanessa, I would think.
Well, a little bit of fortune perhaps there for Sherbini with that decision, but there was certainly no fortune there. Pinpoint accuracy on the drop. 2 points away now.
You could see the movement collapsed slightly, but El Hammamy's not managed to get that position.
That was a gutsy shot.
It was.
9-6 down. Oh my goodness. Anywhere on the front wall.
It was the sound of the bells ringing, Vanessa, the death knell, we call it. That ball was in the middle of the tin. It was nowhere
Hand
near
out. 10,
where it needed to be.
7. Championship ball.
Well, it has awarded Nour ElSherbini with 3 championship balls. She's done it. She's done it. She's made history yet again for the 18th time in her illustrious career.
11-9, 4-11, 11-7.
8th World Championship title for Nour ElSherbini. She's done the impossible. She's equalled Nicole David's record. Incredible scenes here in Chicago.
It's the 5th time that she's won the World Championship, 3-1 out of the 8 titles, so it's her favourite number, Vanessa, 3-1.
Fantastic scenes. Coming into this with very little form, probably the least form she's had going into a World Championship. Came back from 2-1 down, 8-3 down yesterday.
Well, Mummy couldn't stand it in the front row. She was up the back, Vanessa. But the nerve, tension, the big release comes now.
There's match ball. The racket drops from the hand. Gregory Gauthier up to the glass. Nour ElSherbini is with our MC, Michael Absom. Let's hear from her.
Nour, congratulations, well done. Wow, eight World Championships now. This is pretty amazing. Can you put it into words? Take your time, take your time.
Well, it's amazing, of course, it's unbelievable. I never thought I'd be winning 8, and everyone's saying about Nicole's record, and I never thought I'm gonna make it, and yeah, it's unbelievable, and I can't describe it right now, to be honest, but definitely I'm really happy I made it. I've been having a very tough season, so I'm really glad that at least I won this title. It means a lot, and it means a lot for my corner as well, my team, my parents, so I'm really glad I made it, and just settle now a little bit now and see after.
Yeah, let it sink in. Just a word on your opponent then, Hania El Hammamy. Did you think the experience of getting to a World Championship before sort of helped you a little bit, and there were maybe some nerves in her part?
Definitely. She's still young. Definitely, she felt a lot of nerves playing her first ever World Championship final. The nerves is different. We deal with a lot of things, so being in this position is hard. And definitely, I had a little edge today that I've been this before, and maybe she didn't experience this and had an amazing win as well yesterday. So yeah, it's hard, and definitely you can see at the beginning she was feeling it too much, but when she relaxed a little bit, she came back, and she was always winning the 4th as well. But yeah, she's amazing, and I'm sure one day she's gonna win this title, not once, more than once, I'm sure.
But not this year. This year it's yours. Nour ElSherbini, ladies and gentlemen.
There's Nour ElSherbini. 8 titles. She's been in the last 11 finals in a row. Complete dominance.
And there's the final score, 61-minute match. Nour ElSherbini winning the World Championships, 3-1.
Well, Nour ElSherbini's quick to sign the autographs there. And what a magnificent performance it was from the world champion. She has done it again, defied the odds. Absolutely amazing the way the Warrior Princess can bring the goods, even when everything seems to be working against her. When the form's not good, she just finds a way to do it. Hania El Hammamy, not her best day at the office. She'll be back to fight another day, but she won't. It won't be a pretty watching that match back.
And Johnny, obviously equaling Nicole David's record, but to do that in this era with the strength of women's squash now, absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, the 8 from 11, exactly. She's had to contend against Hania El Hammamy, and Nour in her own right is probably going to go down as one of the greatest female players once she hangs up the racket in the future. So I think the depth and legacy of what Nour ElSherbini's achieving will only get better as she... And let's not forget, she's not finished yet. She's still got a few more years left at least, Vanessa.
Well, we'll be talking about number 9 perhaps next year.
beautiful shots here, and that was what it was all about for me. The backhand mid-court area completely got down to business there and shut Hania El Hammamy out.
Well, I've got Nour ElSherbini here. She's going to be getting mobbed by all the fans behind us, but obviously it's going to take a while to sink in. I mean, you did a bit of a blow of relief when you came into the studio here with me then.
Yes, of course. I was really relieved that it's over, it's done, and no more. So yeah, I'm definitely very relieved, very happy, and still don't know what to say actually.
With losing last year, I mean, this whole year of thinking about it, and the season's been pretty tough for you up until now. I mean, how have you been dealing with that? Have you tried to kind of think about other things? Just tell us how you've been dealing with that.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't dealing that much with it. It was very tough, as you said, and I had a very, very tough time, to be honest, outside the squash court. So yeah, I just tried to be positive. I tried to push myself, and I was always aiming for this tournament. So after losing all the tournaments from the beginning of the season, like I was sitting with my dad, and he told me just forget everything. It's nothing. Only have one big tournament. We want to play it and we want to win it, and that's it. Nothing else. So just forget everything and just go for it and do your best. So yeah, I'm just happy I won at least this title this season, and it means a lot, and I'm glad I did it.
You're not finished yet, but how would you like to be remembered in history? How would you like to be remembered?
Well, I always say that I would really love to be remembered as a good person, not as the best squash player. That really matters for me the most. So it's the most achievable thing for me. People always think of me that I was good, I was nice, not a rude person or not a nice person. So the squash is just a sport, and it's gonna finish one day. It's not gonna be the end of the world, but I'm just happy that I'm taking the journey, and I hope I'm a good person at the end of my journey.
And one quick one, just on your nickname, an upgrade to the Warrior Queen, or are you happy with Warrior Princess?
Ooh, I got used to the Warrior Princess, but definitely I won't mind upgrading now.
Thank you very much, and well done.
Well, up next, our men's final. The #1 seed, Ali Farag, up against the world #1, Mustafa Asal. Well, I'm joined by Aisling Blake. Aisling, let's talk about Mustafa Asal first of all. He hasn't had the easiest lead up to this tournament. A lot of chatter online after Alguna. Must have been difficult for him to sort of keep his focus.
Yeah, but mired in controversy, you would say, his run up into this event. But I think as the event went on, we talked less and less about those incidents and more about the fantastic and clinical squash he was playing throughout this. The squash really spoke for itself, and then it seems to be a forgotten, a thing of the past.
And that certainly showed in his semi-final performance against Paul Cole, an opponent he's certainly struggled with in the past. They've had a lot of 3-2 battles, and he made very light work of that.
Oh my God, didn't he just? Paul Cole spent the majority of that game looking at the back of Mustafa Asal. It was quite unusual. Like, he had him rocking and rolling, and someone of Paul Cole's ilk and stature, you wouldn't think that would be the case. But after that first game, it was almost like he was decidedly average.
And his partnership with James Willstrop, his coach, obviously seems to be working well. He's a calming influence, sort of a big brother in some ways to him.
Yeah, it was funny, you know, when we were talking to him, I mean, James Willstrop, one, is the most decorated and best warmed up coach on the tour at the moment, but more of what he's doing, he's calming the raging bull, and so the raging bull has gone from Mr. Rageaholic to calm and collected bull, sitting meekly in the corner and then putting his performances on the court.
Change of nickname, perhaps. Well, Ali Farag up in the final, of course, as well, chasing history. His record